Okay, so here this is the formula. C is your coupon rate, F is your par value, P is your price, N is the number of years to maturity, and so here now we will try and fill in the items. All right. Okay. See, your coupon rate is given here 5%. All right. Okay, here 5%. So basically what you do, 5%, and your par value here is given $100. So 5 times 100 gives you 5. This will be your coupon. Alright, your par value given 100, so quite straightforward there. Alright, your price here is 90, here given 90, and finally the number of years, which is your N, is given at 20. So you just fill in the items into the formula. So your C, which is 5, F here, your face value is 100, minus your P, which is your price, which is 90 here given, so minus 90 divided by N, which is 20. F again is 100, and NP is 90, so this one is plus. Remember, this is plus, so you plus those two. So the top part, 5 plus 10 divided by 20 is 0.5, so 5.5. 190 divided by 2 should give you 95. This is 5.7. I just forgot to mention that this is before tax. Alright, this 5.7 that you have calculated is before tax. So you want to find the after tax part, you have to basically do this. So KD before tax, you multiply by 1 minus your tax rate. So in this case is KD before tax is 5.7. 1 multiplies the tax rate. The tax rate here is 25%, is 0.25. So basically 5.7 multiplied by 0.75, which is gives you 4.28 4275 or 4.28. This is your final answer, 4.28. Right? Okay. The next part is basically the calculation of cost of stock using the dividend growth model. Okay, so this formula you have to memorize. Cost of common stock equals to dividend in year 1 divided by the PCS, is your price per common stock, plus G, which is the growth. Alright, so here given here your dividend per your dividend in year 1 is 12 ringgit. Alright, your price per share or ordinary price per share is $100. So you, and your growth is 8%. So what you do, you just simply fill this into your formula. So D1 is 12, your what do you call that, your price is 100, and your growth is 0.08. So if you add those up, you should get 0.20 or 20%. And you can please try for part B as well. Right? And finally, your cost of stock using using capital asset pricing model. Okay, so similar, I give you two scenarios, A and B. So I'll do A with you. Okay, the formula here is basically cost of common stock equals to risk-free rate plus beta, risk return from market minus risk-free rate. Alright, so you have to memorize this formula as well. So here your risk-free rate is given here, which is 4. Alright, your beta here is given is 1.2, and finally your return from market is 15, which is here, and your risk-free rate again here is this one lah, 4%. Alright, so you just fill into the numbers here. So you should get 14.8 as your final answer. Please attempt this one for part B. Alright, and finally calculate WACC. We'll be using company ABC as its name. Alright, so here what is given, you are given the weight here. Alright, in the question you are given the weight. Okay, so debt is 25%, preference stock is 5%, and common stock is 70%. The total will always give you 100%. Alright, and finally what is also given, what is the cost. So here this is given. So this is one question, A and A, B and B. Alright, so later you will do for part B. Alright, so here the cost of debt is given at 7%. Remember, this is given before tax, so you must calculate the cost of debt after tax. Preference stock is given at 9%, and finally common stock is given at 12%, and the tax rate is given at 40%. So we calculate the after tax cost of debt. So we know the before is basically 7%. So 7% multiplied by 1 minus the tax rate. The tax rate, as I mentioned, is 40%. So minus 0.4. So you should get 7% multiplied by 0.6, which you get for 4.2%. Right? So what you do now is basically you just fill in the formula. WACC equals to the weight of your debt multiplied by the cost of your debt. So weight plus your weight of your preference share multiplied by cost of your preference share, and finally weight of your common share multiplied by cost of your common share. So here your weight of your debt is 25% here. So 25%. What is your cost? Remember, cost of debt after tax is 4.2, which is here, right? And the weight of your preference stock is 5% here, and your cost of your preference share here is 9%, and here your common stock weight is 70%, and your weight of your common stock here is 12%. Sorry, your cost of your common stock is 12%. So you fill in, you multiply this, you should get all of these numbers, and when you add up, this should be your cost of your, what do you call that? Cost of your weighted average cost of capital. Okay. So please try this. Also part B. I think it should be very straightforward in your exam. So just make sure you are able to cover these areas lah. Alright. So first, the calculation of your bond yield to maturity. Okay. Make sure you are using you calculate the after tax cost of debt. Then you calculate the cost of stock using dividend growth model. You calculate the cost of stock using the capital asset pricing model, and finally using WACC. Right.